title myself a Nubian queen, man.
Talking about men with money in general.
We love black women.
Who's waiting?
Like,
You thinking about you and Loons? Or?
The first Nubian queen is had on the show. He don't believe that.
you worry about the price of your engagement ring.
I want my man to be able to provide. It makes them feel good. So.
Spill the juice. We're back again with another amazing episode. I hope you lot are entertained.
Today, we're sitting down with the funniest lady on the internet, turned actress. We're going to be sitting down and talking about her journey, her growth, beliefs, and how she broke through in the industry. We're sitting with Hemah.
Thank you.
I'll be happy to see you today. I don't know why the internet loves a bit of chocolate, so.
So you don't know why?
I mean,
Slow down.
Bro, you started early. Let me get a little sit car that came out of it. You get me?
What country you from?
Your country.
You're from Ghana.
Yeah.
I don't believe you now.
Why?
I just say your country like that.
Because your country, innit?
Okay.
I'm Jamaican still.
Yeah.
But I do claim the Ghana thing.
You
I
Jamaican?
get that all the time. You don't know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Could he get across being a Ghana guy? Or?
Yeah, I could believe that, but just the way he said your country.
Okay.
I actually always get, if I'm Ghana, innit, or you're Ghanaian, I'm like, yeah, all the time, just claim it, because it gets long.
So how are you, Hemah? Thank you for coming. How's everything been?
I'm
been
good.
busy?
You've been very busy, but you know, when you have the opportunities that you've prayed for, you're gonna have to just do it with a smile on your face instead of complaining. Even though deep down sometimes you want to complain, but hey, yeah, no, I'm grateful and I'm here, so yeah.
Good. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing, how you sort of grew up, whereabouts you come from, what area.
So I'm from Ghana, as we already established, but I live in West London, born and raised, very proud, very happy to be from where I'm from.
Whereabouts in West, sorry, more specific.
Oh, I'm not going to get into specifics.
West London, nice West London.
Oh yes, nice West London.
You do sound like a posh babe to you. Sound like...
I wouldn't say I'm a posh babe, but I do. As I've got older, I've appreciated West London a lot more. Yeah. Growing up, I used to want to be from South so bad.
Wait, why?
No, everyone.
Everyone from South.
I've never heard that. I didn't even know that was a thing that you wanted to be from South.
I wanted to be from South so bad.
Why?
Because it was where it was happening, isn't it? It's like, you know, obviously gigs and whatever's from South. That's where all the people from Channel U or East, but South became the thing, you know, at some point. Especially Peckham,
So was you gassed the first time you went Peckham?
I felt disappointed.
Like he's in Hollywood, actually.
You know, I felt like a tourist on the buses without the roof when they're like,
yeah.
But it wasn't as scary. No, I knew it wasn't. I wasn't expecting it to be glamorous, but I was expecting it to be like dark and graffiti and no, not even gloomy, but you know, like nighttime, but like
no one's outside, like it's scary.
A cool movie type nighttime. But when I got there, you know, back in the day, it's just like grey and
depressing.
So why do you feel like you now? What do you think West London has given you? Why you're more appreciative of growing up from West London?
So I like to have a bit of an escape from like a popular area. Obviously, like some people, like when I see people that live really close to a high road, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how you do it, because who wants to be seen coming in and out your house all the time? I like to look a bit shit sometimes, so I do just like the privacy of my area. No one really knows me around there. Like I don't get noticed. So yeah, I do appreciate that.
So you come out your house like on a bonnet thing or like put up
bonnet thing, headscarf thing,
But West is
you have to be able to do that though.
Like I because I'm from South, so I feel like for me West is bait. Like West, you see everybody.
No, you know what? I don't know, man. I don't think West is big. Like, I don't really know many people from West, innit? Like, if I'm talking to people or I meet people, it's genuinely never like a West London thing. It's always like South, East. I just, if you're from North London, I hate it because North is far from everything.
Everything. North it doesn't even include in London.
Like, it's mad. North is basically Hertfordshire to me. When I hear North, I'm thinking, no, wait. But West London is like a little, I think it's like kind of discreet in terms of people that I know anyway.
Yeah, because if even if you think about like a rave or a party or some kind of event, when they say, okay, who's from West London, you know we're the quietest ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so rare for me to come to an event and see people from my area. So rare.
Is that the type of events you go to, or like the demographic though? The people in that area, like West London.
I'm just thinking about like, hey, even when you was in uni, and they do the shout out. South London is always the
Carnival,
loudest.
yeah.
end.
Carnival, yeah. When you're in Carnival and you hear, shout out, he's from South, like, I feel like they leave South to last because they know it's going to be a mad thing.
It's the one, hence why I wanted to be from there growing up. West London, it wasn't really popping like that. I don't walk out and see the man them or the girls and nothing like that.
So,
but I appreciate that now.
So do you think, how can I put it there? Do you think, like, in terms of growing up in a different part of London can affect how, obviously I know you grow up in different places in the world, it obviously affects how you grow up. But do you feel like, because a lot of boys or people, I feel like, you have a lot of gangs in West London, a lot of gangs in South London. So do you feel like there's really a difference to where you grow up of how you're going to be when it comes to London?
Well, yeah, because even when I think sometimes about the guys that I know from West London, obviously there's parts of West London that you would know who guys they're from there, and you know how it is. But like some of the West guys that I grew up with, you know, they'll be like perming their hair, wearing blue contact lenses.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? And like,
You still know them now, yeah?
huh? No. So I like I'll see them sometimes,
And then?
and you know what I mean, they might have toned it down a bit, but I can just guarantee you that one, they're not.
I hope they've grown into that
The
identity.
three brothers.
They're gay.
I'm allowed to say
Right?
it.
They're gay.
It's not because they're with women, but they won't.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying, but they won't.
They're not happy with who they were because of their surroundings.
I'm just saying, like, they were. I can't describe it. But I'm just saying that they just.
If it's undescribable, then there's the answer.
I'm just saying that they.
Yeah.
What's the right word?
Shout out the LGBT.
They're quite-
It's not even just like a quirky thing. It was like.
But it's
Especially growing up, yes.
But then hold on, do you know what it is? You know what it is? You then...
Sorry.
We then say that, yeah, but I'll give you something. When I went to an event, I think it was in the headquarters of Levi's, I think I met like proper fashionists, like, and they dressed, like the guys in there, you might think
You
they
mean
are.
fashionistas or like fascist?
I don't know what you call them. But, all I know is the way they're dressing is like, if I saw these guys out, I'd think they're a bit funny, but they're not. But that's just the way they dress. I feel like in London there's a whole other world to what we don't know exists when it comes to especially black culture.
True.
People dress very different. And when you go to certain events, you might see, if you go to certain events where they go to, it's normal to them. There's that guy, who's that guy who owns, he owns like a clothing shop and a coffee shop in Central, and he's very friends with like Cortez and them lot. Sloan.
Oh yeah.
If you see the clothes that he sells in his shop,
Yeah.
that is how all these people dress.
But I think the dressing's alright. You know what it is for me, yeah? When you mentioned contact lenses and all the
Relaxing your
perms,
hair.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
too
like
much.
that
But
is...
you used to relax your hair though.
No, who?
You used to put Esco on your hair. I could send pictures.
Show them on the
Alright,
screen.
Guys, it could be under the screen.
Show them
Wait,
on
hold
the
on,
screen.
because I actually got a picture of you.
You have
So you never put Esco on your hair.
My
You
hair's
get that
not-
live on the internet.
See the coolie
So hold on,
thing.
back in the day, hold on. You've never used Esco in your hair.
N-O.
Riddell, you've never used...
N-O, bro.
Alright,
What's your
listen,
say to you?
Listen.
Show them the picture now.
He's used Esco in his head before.
Show them the
Back in the
picture.
day, that was a thing for a lot of
I mean,
boys.
the thing is that Esco is different, but I'm just saying like where they try to straighten their hair with relaxer. So,
But he used to do that and play football though.
But by the way, this
Right.
was obviously a very long time ago. I'm not saying that this is what they do now, but when I was wishing I was from South, because I would see you know the man them and be like, oh my god, like the man them.
Yeah.
But then I'll see guys relaxing their hair and I'll be like,
What's going on?
Listen.
What's going on? So, alright, talk to us about
Wait,
how
no, we're
you
not
got
getting
it.
past that. You might
Wait, hold on.
my
I'm
thing.
gonna put the picture in there, and if I'm lying,
Show them now.
yeah, I'm not gonna. I'd have to get the picture up unless you delete it. But I can call all my friends You know Raheem Sterling? Have you ever seen Raheem Sterling perm his hair? All right, he had a pitch start at that, and I'm not lying.
I can't wait till you find this thing.
All right, cool. We'll do
How
it.
do you feel about men and like the fashion sense now? Because men are now stepping out of the box and dressing a lot more feminine. Obviously, a few days ago, well, yesterday or whatever, it was the Mobos.
Right.
And Danny Hope is really into his fashion.
Yeah.
He's like, dresses a bit more feminine these days. He's known for being a bit of a sassy king. He bleached his eyebrows. Like, is that something that you look at and feel the same way about? Or because, like, he is also considered, like, part of the mandem, is acceptable on him?
So I know what I would want from my guy. The thing is, I can look at other people and appreciate. I was actually with Danny yesterday. We were acting in something together, and he had his bleached eyebrows, he had his hair how it is, but
cool.
he's a whole different. Like, he does his thing. His whole thing is to stand out and be quite different. So I can appreciate what he does for him. However, the type of guy I like likes to keep it. What's the word?
Minimal.
Yeah, because that's how I'm like as well. Like, I don't
Minimal.
like I would never dye my hair a different color from black.
Right?
I just that's me.
Like, I'm dyeing my hair purple, red, eyebrows bleached, crazy.
Yeah, see, that's just not my vibe. But I can appreciate when other people do it. I like a guy who knows what suits him and just kind of sticks to it. And it's something that I've always found it funny, because you'll get a guy who's dressed a certain way, and then when you see they start to get money, and then they start trying something new.
Money can't buy fashion.
And then Jordan on Love Island, like, he done that. Who's Jordan?
Who's Jordan again?
He did that. Like, when he went into Love Island, he used to wear like tracksuits or whatever. Came out, got money.
Oh yeah, and then his whole
gloves.
Yeah, but that's is he not?
The pearl.
Go on.
He's gay, no?
I don't know.
Right, no. Have you seen?
No, these gay accusations.
No, I'm not throwing out accusations. I'm just saying, like, he dressed like...
From an outsider perspective, if you didn't know, you may think that. But
No, say, for example,
just in touch with...
I really don't like the way the Migos dress.
I
really don't like
all
that.
the baggy.
It's I never know what's gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's gonna happen. It's too sporadic. For me personally, my guy, I don't want colours in your hair.
So
keep it
give us a
black.
typical, like, forget about like the hair. Actually, not include hair. Let's describe your typical, like, type, if you had a type, what it would look like. So from hair, skin colour, weight.
Okay,
dressing.
right. So first of all, when it comes to like weight and all that kind of stuff, for me, health is really important. Being in the gym is good for your mind, and it reflects on your body too. So that's what it is
like
for.
belly, basically.
Pardon?
You're like a guy with a belly.
It's not for me personally. Yeah. Athletic is always important to me. What else? Well, what skin? Do you know what I mean? For me, when it comes to even just like where you're from, all of that, the closer to home, the better.
Yeah.
Because I like to be. I want to be with someone that is
Understands your culture.
Understands my culture, so I don't have to explain. Like, by the way, this is this. I'd rather we be quite similar in the way we grew up and the things we learn.
Yeah.
And then and like the way you approach my mum, the way I approach your mum, we all know the deal. And then we can explore different worlds together. But even when we're in a weird place, we're like, hey, look at that.
That's good. I like that.
Because we get us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because some people, they say, oh, why do you want to be with someone different and explore something different? He could teach you something new. I was like, I'd rather learn something new with my type of guy.
I actually respect that opinion still.
That's me.
So going back, how long have you been doing content for?
So I've been doing content since what's it called? Lockdown. Yeah, so about 5 years now. Well, coming up to 5 years, I would say.
And how's that journey been like from the start till now? What has been the biggest transition for you, and how hard has it been?
So I started off doing presenting. I was doing radio, TV, that kind of thing before lockdown happened. And when lockdown happened, everything kind of went radio silent in that world. And then obviously everyone was just jumping on social media and doing stuff like that. So I've always enjoyed making people laugh, and people always found that my Instagram story is funny. And I just decided to one day upload something to my actual page that I had on my story, and then it went off. And I said, oh, okay, if you guys find this funny, then check this out.
You ain't even seen the start.
That ain't nice, So I just kind of started posting from there. I think the hardest part of the whole social media thing is being outside. You're kind of naked for the whole world to see. It's like sometimes you want to be a bit like, you know, and that's how I feel like when I post my stuff on my page, I feel like I'm with my people. When a GRM or a link up will repost it, it's just like, oh my God.
Shane Borough post you. That's like the biggest.
I see when they're doing a shade, bro, still.
They just set everyone up.
One.
But with my sister.
I don't know who he was with, but yeah.
Survives Fatal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was my funny though.
See, but then you'll get some people like, oh, girls know how to do with shake, wow, man.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Social media is always gonna have that.
I know it's gonna have
calm.
that, but I'm just saying that when I post it on my page, the people that are there, they know me. They know that it's not.
I thought you should make up from that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you actually need to yard your store. So it was actually mad funny. I went round. I had like 4 group chats that video was in. It was actually mad funny still.
You forget you're in group chat sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you just think you're living your life, and then someone says, "Yeah, someone posted in my group chat." I'm like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, it was jokes though. Good, man.
Yeah.
If you could like live without one of the apps, what would it be?
Well, first of all, I really don't like Twitter. I don't even interact with that app anymore.
Why? What's it done?
Right, is it Black Twitter or?
It's just people's chatting all the time. Like it's too much of people chatting, and sometimes TikTok can be like that as well because opinions go off.
Yeah.
But I found that on Twitter or X, you just see so much like people upset, people complaining, people talking about how much of a victim they are, and oh, this has happened in this world, and oh, you know, men hate women, women hate men, yada yada yada. It's just like, do you know what? In the real world, it's really not as bad as you lot are making out to be on here.
What do you think about what do you think about like the trolls and the people that just comment like? Because unless I'm wrong, I don't ever see as one of them opinionated people that comment on everything and give their pick, but. Obviously, some people do it as their job, but what's your opinions on that? Do you think it's too much, or do you just do you understand it to a certain degree?
I don't understand why you would make that your life. It doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't make any sense. And to me, if you're just one of these people that are constantly trolling, or your whole thing is built up on just
taking people down,
or you. I just think, what is your real life like?
You're just so sad.
Like,
I don't
what is your real life actually like?
But that's in a way, it's like because you got trolls. I think that you got trolls, you got haters, and then you got industry commentators.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're all 3 different people because the trolls, I couldn't tell you why they do it.
Yeah, I
couldn't tell you what they're doing. But then so I feel like trolls are sometimes real life haters behind another account. That what makes them a troll. Some haters are just broad out and bad haters that I feel like they got nothing better to do than hate. And I kind of understand it to some degree because sometimes someone might not want to wake up and see Hemah dancing on their page. You might actually just get them mad. That's just.
Or just move on and scroll.
Right.
But sometimes they see her all the time. They don't want to scroll. But then I feel like the industry ones. That's actually their job now.
Yeah.
They actually know what they're doing to some extent. So for instance, not saying ZZ Mill's industry thing, but she knows in some ways if I comment on something, it is more it's for her. Like I talk to Mimi in the blogger, like we're actually cool, like we have conversations, but she sees it in another light. She talks on things that she believes is right, but some that can get interpreted very differently, but then that's her role. But then it's like...
Where do you draw the line?
Where do you draw the line? It's so hard.
I mean, some people have obviously made a whole, made it into something bigger. Say, for example, Season, when she got her own show, she interviews people, she'll have to research things before she comes and talks about it. And then even to some point, people look for her opinion, I wonder what ZZ would think of. They've made something for themselves, and it's a business, it's a whole thing. Cool, I can understand that, I can appreciate that. I personally, I would never want to be that kind of person that comments on so many things because I don't want my mind to be filled of
All the time.
things that happen in the world all the time. Like I really love the luxury of turning everything off. So during the whole COVID time, obviously there was a lot of stuff happening with George Floyd. The internet was mad at that time, but I decided to unplug. So I didn't see any video of anyone, you know, any of the police brutality at that time. And I was just like, do you know what? As a black person, do you know how much fuckery I've seen? Do you know how much fuckery I've seen? I choose to sit out this one.
But did you comment on that?
No, I don't comment on
the black square on
no,
Instagram.
not doing it.
But did you feel any backlash or any type of way for not?
Listen, I'm here on the internet to make people laugh. If you want to laugh, come here. If you want to find out what's happening in the world, go to Twitter for that. Like, I honestly, I believe that my purpose is to take the colour and make it rain on people who life might be a bit grey. Do you know what I mean? I had a vision when I was on some substances. On some substances one time, and God said to me, like, that is your purpose. You take the colour that you feel, because when I'm up in the morning, I'm dancing, I'm feeling joyful, and I post it, and it makes people feel a good way, and then I find something funny, and I find a funny way to relate to people, and then I make people laugh. Like, that's my job done. I'm not here to tell you what is happening in this country, what's happening in that country. There's the news for that. There's other places for that. And also, I'm not here to take people down and comment on people's lives, because hey, thank God for the ability to make mistakes and learn away from the public eye. If someone's made a mistake in the public eye, I'm not going to be the one there talking about them, saying what they did wrong, yada, 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 because it's just like, your time will come. Your time will come. So that's just how I sort of see things. Good to, if that's your life, if that's how you want to do it, you do it. But me, it's just all about the laughter.
This episode was brought to you by Moda. This is the only tequila brand you should be drinking, yeah? Let's do a shot,
I'll be the
guys.
judge of that. Like,
I didn't even know it was tequila. I saw it was something pink and I thought, oh,
No, it's nice, it's nice, it's nice.
I haven't had this one, but this is a large ass glass.
Pink grapefruit.
Let's go, man.
Okay.
Cheers to Hemah.
Oh, guys, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers to spill the juice and the show. Yeah.
I'm just going to tip my tongue.
Oh.
Tastes nice, isn't it? Man, it's nice.
Yeah, it's all right still.
No, it is good, but
Wait.
I can't do shots.
Do
Do you want to have mine? I dip my tongue in it.
Hey, cameras are rolling.
I'm sure you want it now.
Cameras are rolling. We're leaving that one in.
No, like, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So speaking about colour.
Yeah, speaking about colour.
Wait, let me just put my gum in. Sorry, guys.
I'm just doing a lot.
Sorry.
She had a little break. Chewing gum.
Come on.
All right, speaking about colour, so obviously I feel like you're one of the biggest black influences that we have in our culture right now. I feel like you're doing amazing. I even think it was very good. Like, I think I knew about you before, but when when he was doing his awards, that is when I really probably started deeming how much of an impact or how big you are, because in the comments, it was like you and R5, they was Hemah needs to win this. And I think at that, I was like, what? Like, Hemah's really like the people's people, like they love her, do you know what I'm saying?
Thanks, people.
Yeah. Obviously, I've worked with a lot of females, and I feel like sometimes when I look at my comments and I have like two light-skinned girls on, they always be like, like you must, like, where's the black females? Like, why are you having light-skinned girls? And it's funny because we had Cheyenne on, and she's a light-skinned girl. And one of the things she was saying that she doesn't get opportunities no more because she's light-skinned.
Really?
Yeah, she was saying that because she's light-skinned, they would rather give it to a black female because of the stigma it could have an effect on her.
Yeah.
So I was gonna get your opinions on, first of all, like, I feel like this is a massive subject, but I feel like, first of all, like, do you understand why there could be a slight, why people champion, like, in terms of mixed race female, the people champion, like, we need to have black girls on, like, they don't really, not saying they don't want mixed race girls to be on, but do you understand why people can come across with them comments?
So, as you know, there's been a big, like, I won't say, there's been a big shift when it comes to, or a big realization about how much representation is important to everyone watching things. And when you grew up watching MTV Base, and you'll see the girls in the music videos, and if none of them look like you, it could distort your idea of what beauty is. And then, do you know what I mean? Like, you'll grow up. When I grew up, I wanted to be, at some point, I wanted to be white because I wanted the long hair. Then I wanted to be mixed race, and I wanted the curly hair. I wanted to be from South London. I wanted to be so many different things. I wanted to be so many different things. But what is great about the journey is that I've come to a place of real loving everything about myself. From where I'm from. Yeah, at some point I want to be Jamaican as well. Let me just add that one as well. Yeah. At some point I want to be Jamaican as well, but
now that would never be the case. You're proud.
No, I'm just proud Ghanaian, dark skin, whatever. Like I'm proud to be who I am. So yeah, I think at some point there wasn't enough representation of Black women on TV and in music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So where social media has come out and people are more vocal about it, there's obviously this push to make sure that, you know, you're hitting the quota, and like you've got if we have one white, let's have a black, let's have a mix, let's mix it up, you know. So I understand why they would look for that, especially because people do try to make sure they've made everyone happy, which is not always a good thing.
I think a lot of the time it's like there's only really two categories. It's white and black. A lot of the time there isn't even representation of anything in between that, or like Asian or anything out of that. But do you feel like you've ever struggled finding an opportunity?
No.
Like
I haven't struggled to have an opportunity, and that's one thing that I said I was never going to allow myself to even think that I'm going to struggle. There was a study done in like the 1980s where they put a fake scar on the participants, and they were to go out and into the world and see what people's reactions were to their scars. But before they went out, they said, "Oh, let me quickly change one thing," and they secretly removed the scars from these people's faces, and they went out. And then they came back and reported, you know, that the prejudice and the looks they received and the way people treated them based on their scars, even though they didn't know that they didn't have the scar on their face anymore. So sometimes
it's all about perception.
It's all about perception, and sometimes you almost like it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy where if you think that I'm not gonna get this thing because I'm dark-skinned, you may not get it, and it may have not been to do with you being dark-skinned, but you've internalized that because I'm dark-skinned, I'm not gonna get it. You went there with that kind of mindset, and then there you go, you actualized it. I'm not here for that. I'm dark-skinned, I'm gonna get whatever. I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna get everything, you know. And I have been getting exactly what I want, what I manifest, and all that kind of stuff. And
Amen.
I think it's important for people to not hold on too much to the things they went through. Like, yes, when I grew up, some guys called me Blick, whatever, but like it doesn't affect me in the slightest now. And it's a great thing to get to that stage. And I want anyone who's had any kind of hardship growing up with the way they looked. Look, you don't have to hold on to that now. You can get whatever, you know, light skin, dark skin, whatever, you can get it. So yeah, I'm just like, yes.
Well, on the back of that,
I'm good.
You see, like you said, like obviously growing up, you might have got called Blick or whatever. Do you think, was that from people of colour, or was that a black person that told you that?
Oh, of course, ain't no white person calling us Blick.
But I'm saying, do you think yeah, like, I had this conversation like recently, and do you think as a woman, as a black female, growing up, black males are the ones kind of putting black females down? So, from my personal experience, it was black men and lighter skinned women that would call me Blick or make a comment about my skin tone. Yeah, that was my experience growing up. However, again, like I said, I don't even want to lean in too much on that because it doesn't compare to the amount of black men, light-skinned women, black women that have called me beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna now make this one the bigger thing.
But then you're light skinned, and obviously I know it's been sorry before, but you said that for you growing up, from what I'm told, like you felt like you went to a predominantly white school.
Yeah.
So you was the outcast there.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the thing is, even though we are all from, you know, a certain culture and we understand things like in households, there's certain things that we will understand. I think sometimes, like for me in my situation where I went to a school where it was loads of white people, all I saw was girls with like straight hair. The guys like wouldn't necessarily like certain features. Like they'll be saying, oh yeah, this white girl's got a big bum. And more time I'm thinking, my bum's bigger than hers. Like, what are you on about? Like, what are you even on about? Like, and then, but it's just because they're so like, focused on this like particular look, but then it's like Kim Kardashian came about and all these girls came about, started plumping up their bums, and then you know that was then the look. So it's like, I don't know, it's hard. I think it's I don't think I can like completely understand and relate things that you might have gone through, because it is on a different scale, but there is things that I've also gone through that, you know, realistically if we were to go back in the day, we would all be in the same category. We'd all be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like that is the bottom line of it. But I think there's been like a split almost between our culture that almost we've created unintentionally, but just due to like a fake like look of what, I don't know, it's just ridiculous, really. It's silly.
You even feed into it.
No, but I'm saying, but what I was asking Hemah, but then do you sit here, and hear what she said? And you, because you're obviously a black girl, yeah. So do you sit down and hear what she said and thinking, respectfully, there's no way you can relate to stuff I've been through?
Listen.
No, in a way, honestly. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm being so honest with you. One thing I'm not down for is struggle Olympics. You know, like, oh, your struggle's not the same as mine. You know, you hear people's, when you listen to people, you hear stories. The struggle Olympics, you know. When you sit down and you speak to people, because you can, someone will look at a white person and be like, you're white, you ain't been through shit. You sit down and speak to them and you hear their life and you're thinking, wow, you know, some people's parents were this and that. Like, there's different, everyone goes through something. And again, that's why I don't like to hold on too much to what I've been through, because sometimes it makes you want to not listen to other people and put yourself in a place of importance. But so I'm just, if you've been through something and you want to talk about it, there's space for it.
I think that's the best attitude.
I'm not trying to have a struggle Olympics, and I don't want to associate myself too much with like struggling hard times. That's not what I want my life to be. I'm ready to get to the money, get to the bag, get to the love. And the thing is, I apply that to every aspect of my life. So say, for example, when it comes to the issues of men and women, cool, in my skits I may portray different things that we go through, but I'm not gonna sit here and talk like every man is gonna be this way, every man is gonna be a dog, every man is gonna yada yada yada. Because if you speak it,
what you speak is
will
life.
be your situation. The same way you won't speak illness onto yourself, I won't speak heartbreak onto myself.
And every man is not the same as well.
And every man is not the same or whatever, and every woman's not the same. So, you know, yeah, I'm just not like, that's what I'm saying. That's what social media is. All of this stuff is social media.
It's not,
and that's
It's not.
In what way?
Why?
It is.
It's not, because
I've never had anyone comment on like my skin tone appearance outside of social media, comparison to like what you get on social media in the comment section. Apart from you, when you sent me a photo of corned beef saying, do I know what this is? I grew up eating corned beef and rice. What are you talking about? You're gonna be a white girl. Get out of here.
Yeah, but no, you know it is. There's always mixed opinions. Obviously, I think Hemah has got probably one of the best attitudes on this subject, because I'm one of the believer of that. I think that applies for everything, even knife crime. I always say that there's knife crime happening majority in Scotland. Like there's a lot, it's massive.
Right.
But I'm saying that with the UK, what they do is kind of a brainwash thing. What they do, it's like someone gets stabbed, they put on the news, black on black knife crime. So if you're a 9-year-old boy every day watching the news and you see them things, by the time you're 14, before you even get into gang violence, you just think it's acceptable to roll a knife, because you've been brainwashed to think that everyone's stabbing each other. So now, automatically, you're just thinking this is the normal thing to go on. Whereas if you didn't watch the news and you didn't know people were stabbing each other and it wasn't in your face so much, you'd never walk with a knife. You think London's safe, because London's actually, not saying it's not bad, but 9 times out of 10, there's guys that I know that have gone through life with no drama, that are cool with everybody, that are fun, go to parties. If you look at even from your area you go up in, technically, it's only that small proportion of boys that it mix up.
It's like if you go out with something on you, thinking that something's going to happen, like you're looking for that.
Yeah, almost
You're
your
waiting for that
reaction.
to
Yeah,
happen.
for someone.
Yeah.
You're ready.
1,000,000%.
Exactly.
So I think if you even apply that to I'm like you. I honestly don't. There could be times where maybe my race and my colour, but I don't like to think like that. I like to think like everything I do, I'm good for it. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I receive the backlash. When I've got light-skinned hosts on my show, the backlash is a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the comments, this guy only likes this type of girls.
Yeah, he's weird.
He's weird. This guy's picking up like just light-skinned girls. He's obsessed with light-skinned. And sort of for me, it's like sometimes I'm not seeing colour. I'm just seeing opportunity.
Yeah.
It takes, you know how content is, it takes a lot of people to actually want to do this.
it. Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think people are so much focused. And then it comes to a point where I do feel like mixed race people are then kind of underrepresented because it's like, I feel like it's hard for them to get opportunities now in certain places because, like Cheyenne was saying, that opportunity is not there for us no more because the minute we get opportunity, they'll be like, nah, she's mixed race, there's gonna be backlash. Let's get, because if I actually conform to what my comments were saying, these two girls wouldn't be on the show.
So just to ask, obviously, from what Cheyenne said and saying that there's not as many opportunities for mixed race or light-skinned, lighter or fairer skinned people, are you saying that this is what they were told? Like, sorry, we're not going to go with you because we need a darker skin. Is this what she was told?
That's what she said. Yeah.
She was told that.
I'm not sure about everything, but for one opportunity. But what I think of the matter, I genuinely think like, obviously in certain cases, yes, skin tone, age, gender might be a thing, but I'm just saying, as if you're good enough to do something, genuinely,
you're gonna get it.
Anyway.
Even if you don't get that thing, you'll get another thing that's better.
Yeah.
Because you're good enough. Your talent will always outshine sort of any stigma about you. You know what I'm saying?
It ties into that one drop rule thing where it's like, okay, we'll go for the black girl and we won't go for the mixed race girl because you're both black, quote unquote black in some sort of way, but I guess it's just easier representation while to just go for like the black girl because you don't want a black girl and a mixed race girl because to everyone else's eyes, like you're both black, right? So it's either black or white a lot of the time, I feel like.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. That's just like another perspective.
You know what's weird though, Like I genuinely think. Anyway, it's a good and bad thing because I think nowadays, like especially the last few years, like say it plainly, black people are in. Do you know what I mean?
Of course we're in.
And especially in the social media, like
I'm gonna have this other shot,
Yeah.
Some people will have to realise that because what I will say is sometimes looking the part has been enough. But I don't think we're in that era where looking the part is enough, especially where people who look with so many people with different faces, different whatever, different sizes, they've come to social media and they've shown who they are, and we love them for that. So now it's not about how you look; it's about the content of your character.
True.
If you feel that you can't get something because of the way you look, maybe it's not just that. And I'm not saying that to anyone specific. Like if Cheyenne was told that she couldn't get it because of her, I mean, she's done fantastic stuff before in general. So I'm not talking about her, but I'm just saying that the way I feel like nothing's gonna hold me back because I'm too funny, I'm too lit. I'm gonna get it. Even if I don't get that one, I get another one.
Amen.
It's the same way even if you're light skinned and you didn't get something, if the content of your character is enough, you'll get another one. That one's not for you. And if you have God in your life, you'll get
You're
something.
all right.
Come on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
You mentioned it briefly, or you didn't mention it, but you was getting there. You're saying that obviously right now your conversation is more getting to the money, getting to love and that. I just wanted to know, obviously not me personally, but maybe the man them out there, you get it, might want to know what's going on with you. Like, are you single? Are you talking to someone? What's your status at the minute?
So I would say I have my eye on the prize.
Okay.
I have my eye on the prize, yeah. But my focus is me, especially this year. I in my life, I've given enough of myself to everything else but myself.
Yeah.
So this year is for me. Maybe next year, the prize.
So next year is for just that prize.
Yeah, for that specific prize.
I know, obviously, Daniel.
Okay, yeah.
Are you actually dating him or?
So I love this question. I don't know how he feels about this question, but I love this question because it means our acting is that good. He's not my boyfriend.
Okay. But I actually thought there was something going on.
So many people did. It's a question that I get asked all the time. Like, is that your actual boyfriend? Yada yada yada. No, he's not my boyfriend, but his acting skills are impeccable. He's a great actor, evidently. And no, he's not my boyfriend.
Do you know what came about? Yeah, one time I watched him PK Snap. Obviously, I know you do filming. You've done filming with PK before.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But in one snap, he's there saying, "Oh, this is my cousin." And the next snap, he's saying, "This is my girlfriend." Your PK is fucking tap.
Yeah.
So and even from that snap, yeah, I remember it going like around, and people were like, "Right, is that your thing, or is that your cousin?" So that's why I think, because even before, obviously, when you talk to people that we say we're going to film with this person, that person, everyone's like, man, they were like to me, "Well, find out if she's single for me." So you might have a couple of DMs. You know what I'm saying?
Waiting for you.
Lined up, like, get me.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to wait at you.
Nah.
No. Don't even wait. It's not happening.
Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Like I said, I have my eyes on the prize, and I have my eyes on me.
Do you feel like your standards kind of change with like what you want? No, like now that you do, obviously content creating, like you're doing more things, you're more busy. Yeah, has your type kind of changed?
My type changed when I met a guy that treated me how I was supposed to be treated, and I was like,
the finger thing, you know?
Oh my days! No, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously.
How did you want to be treated? Wait, slow down.
Okay.
Slow it down.
Okay.
How did you want to be treated? Yeah, talk us through it. So when you met the guy, how was it like?
Okay, so when I met this guy, one time he was on the phone to me and he was just hearing about a situation that I'd been through, and he was just like, "What, Hemah, were you buzzing in primary school or something?" And I said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, like you're moving like you used to be butters or something." And I was like, "Oh shit!" You know, sometimes someone will say something that's quite profound, yeah, even though it may be like a bit of nothing. No, it wasn't nothing, but it can be quite profound. Where it's like, why am I treating myself like I was never not a thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not just saying.
You know what I mean? Like, it made me want to hold on, like, stand up. You know, stand up. You know? So in my past, I was again, even relating back to when I was watching my own documentary and seeing myself small and and I'm like, that's not me anymore. So like this interaction was definitely a part of me, like a bit more. So then, okay, cool. So you meet someone who sees you for who you are, and obviously it's not always going to be the case of every guy you meet, but I was very lucky to meet someone that made me feel myself, and it's definitely even part of. He even made me feel more funny. Like the way he'll be busting up my jokes is a real is even part of the reason why I do skits now, because it's like I'll be chatting to him and he'll be busting up. I'm thinking, I could do this online. And I was like, I could do this. Yeah. So he was kind of like my tester. Like he would laugh and I'm like, okay, I could do this. Yeah. So sometimes a great guy can put a real nice little battery in your back to then soar further than
shout
you
out
had.
That guy, man.
Shout out that guy.
We'll call him that guy.
Yeah, no, that was a real blessing. I can't lie.
So do you think that's one of the ultimate goals? Find someone that, because what was your words? Makes you you, like loves you for you, basically. He loved you for you.
Of course, you know, it loves you for you.
Supports
like,
you. Ambition,
because you'll get some guys that want to hold you back.
That's
like, no, you're
insecure
too much.
Man, though. You can't have an insecure man. Still.
Oh hell no.
It can't work.
Hell no.
I feel like Hemah's a funny girl though. Yeah, when you get with a funny girl, that is so much easier.
No,
I feel
but not for all men, bro. I'm telling you, some of these men are bitches now, bro. I'm gonna say it live. Bro, you know how much people I hear from the female side say that my man doesn't obviously do this, he did that, or he's a bit worried about when I go out, or bro, like if your girl's a ting or she's funny,
you gotta own it,
bro. That's my girl. Like, run your jokes everywhere. What are you talking about? Or do you know what I'm saying? Go out, enjoy yourself.
Can I say something though? Yeah. One thing about that and men being a bit protective over their girl, is that some men, chat their shit. I could make a guy laugh, and now he's like, yeah, Hemah was flirting with me.
Oh,
Yeah, like she was moving mad, like Hemah's mad fruity, just because I made a joke.
Yeah.
And I've had this happen before, like I'll actually talk about it. There's some guy.
Say his name. I'm joking.
I'm gonna say his name afterwards, because you probably know. But
What, and then you want to say it? Like,
no, I say it afterwards.
Don't worry. When I find out the name after, I'll put it underneath.
So I think I might have like met him maybe like 8 years ago, yeah. And I don't even remember meeting him. But then okay, cool. So 8 years ago I met this guy, whatever. Now 8 years later I'm seeing someone, and then he's just like, oh, how do you know my man? I'm like, who is my man? And then who showed me his Insta? I was like, who's that? He's like, well, you follow him. And I was like, I don't know who he is. And he said, oh yeah, he said you was moving fruity. He was into him. He was yada yada yada. And I was like, bro, I don't know who this guy is. Like, where did I meet him?
That's crazy.
And then he'll tell the story of how I met him. And you know, sometimes like, if I've given you just my if I've given you just my social media, please know I'm not actually into you.
Yeah.
Like that is not an indication of me being into you. And then so I had to type his name in. I've seen that. I've never even spoken to you on socials. You've reacted to my story, and that's it. And this is from 8 years ago. But in this day and age, almost a decade later,
you're claiming
something that's just not even there.
Non-existent. So now, and then do you know what I mean? And then you go back to the madam, and you told the madam, yeah, like, nah, she did this. And as I'm getting bigger, your story is more. And I don't even remember what you look like. I would walk past you in the street. And this has happened one too many times for me to be like, do you know what? Even making guys laugh is dangerous.
What's that saying? You give them something and
you give them an inch and they've taken a whole
Take everything.
Then,
can't give them nothing.
but then I'll put it like this then. Obviously, not saying you act fruity here. I'm not saying you act fruity here.
I don't.
But what I'm saying here is that
he does.
Your bubbly self, because I've seen you out. You're a very bubbly character.
Yeah.
Like you're very. If I go to a party and you're there, I know you're there.
Yeah.
You're not someone that you can see there and it's like, oh, you might catch Hemah just chilling on the sofa there. You're
Depends
there.
on what party, but you've seen me at parties where with
Your
people I'm
family,
familiar with.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
there.
different.
So then I'm saying that in your head, you feel like them guys just don't, because some guys don't go around nick girls. Some people don't go around some people with personality and vibes. So you might go around because I've been around some girls that are my friends, but they've got vibes. They've even got men, but they got vibes. They got personality. So some guys might even get confused. Because if you go around a girl you've never been around, she's got vibes, you're going to take what she's doing as raw.
It depends.
This girl's
She's trying to move to me.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it depends. If I'm attracted to her, I think she's nice, I'm going to take it as it's vibes because I want it to be vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm already preempting, listen.
See, the false prophecy again.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Same thing.
He's one of them guys, isn't it?
You know my thing. This is where guys go wrong. Because if I don't do no pretending thing, oh yeah, she liked my picture. Bro, listen, if I'm talking to you, I'll say, yo, listen. If that energy's not back straight away, then it's not that. It's never going to be that. Do you know what I mean?
So
like, I get my guys
would you get that
confused.
energy from like her entertaining the conversation? Like, hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm
No,
good. Like, what vibes does she
Are you
have
talking
to
about in
give off?
person or on social media? Because we're talking
Both. It's social media.
Anyway,
Let's
social
say.
media,
Let's say
I'll
social media.
never need to go on social media anyway.
Yeah,
That's
we
just
did
not
say
me.
that, but
I'm not on that.
say if you did
slow.
You wouldn't need to go on social media.
No, bro. You know I don't because I feel like girls.
You're out enough to meet people out.
Pretty girls get DM'd.
Yeah.
So it's like you're one of a bunch. Do you know what I'm saying? It's long unless you're like, unless they've been having an eye on you, which you will never know, probably because they're just busy or not really active. You're not really gonna get a level playing field of a chance in quote. I'm not on that. It's long. DMing someone to wait for their reply. I ain't got time for that. So for me, I will just wait till I see you. If I never see you, we never meet, innit? But
you can
my
look for
thing is,
opportunities to find your why.
Maybe. That's it. Fuck it. But for me, get me, girls
Never
come and
see
go.
her.
But what I'm saying is, if I was to meet a girl out, like in a club or whatever environment, the bar, whatever restaurant, and I want to talk to her, her saying, "Oh, how are you?" Like, "Oh, like thank you," when you compliment them, that's not like a sign. That's not a sign. That's just her being normal, friendly, nice. You know what I'm saying? If now she's giving you compliments back, for example,
but a cool girl can give you compliments back though.
No.
An awkward
No.
compliment.
What are you talking? Hemah.
Nope.
If you was out
This is
now
the
and
issue
you
that
saw
I have,
and you saw a guy that's generally cool, and even if you don't know him, you're talking back and you're like, could you not, as a girl, would you not say no?
That's the thing. No. You can't compliment a guy. Like, say, for example, I told you
Well,
that
if I was
your
going to
fit,
say,
yeah?
you guys say, oh, we look nice. You're like, oh, yeah, you guys look nice too. So how
I'm
do
not
you
talking
take
about
it?
that. That's not. For me, it's not a compliment. I'm saying, right, if I'm moving to a girl, yeah, what's a compliment? I look nice. Bro, I know I look nice. That's not a compliment. You know what I'm trying to say though? Like, it's different levels. I'm saying, if a girl told me I look nice, I'm saying thank you. That's it, because I know I look nice. That's not a compliment. I'm not. If I'm saying to her,
Oh my God,
you're
true
mad,
colours.
you're mad beautiful, by the
True
way,
colours.
and she's gonna can't like you're mad handsome. That's a compliment. That's different. There's levels to it. Not your fit is nice. That's normal.
But then,
bro.
cool. But
Or like your personality
in
is
your
nice,
in your natural character, could you tell a guy if you're on a night out, you're just vibes in, oh, you're handsome? Could you say it in your natural character?
Yes, I could say that, but I wouldn't do that these days.
Okay.
Because
Of the backlash.
No,
I don't think it's backlash.
It's not even backlash.
Guys are just weird.
It's just I've met too many guys
Weirdos.
who make that a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Someone can be beautiful and I mean nothing by it.
Yeah.
But now you've got to tell your boys was moving to me like she's moving
Yeah,
on
weird.
and she wants to front like and I can't even describe how much I may have called you beautiful and I may not recognize you tomorrow. You know,
Yeah, facts.
you really took it there. So even with that particular situation that I was talking about, so at first, the guy that was telling me about it, he was trying to get onto me, yada, yada, yada. Until this guy started now reflecting this type of character in other ways. Like he's out with he's gassed up about, he lies about what he's got. You know, he when you're out with him, he tries to put on a show for people. He's just a whole round gassed character. But when I was telling you he's a gassed up individual,
You didn't believe me.
you didn't want to believe me. Hemah, like you're trying to play it down, you're trying to minimalize it.
Like, by the way, she's talking directly to someone.
In the camera, you know.
Trying to minimize
But
it.
now he's out acting a fool. Now it's like, oh, Hemah, like I see him.
Do you think boys believe their guys over girls sometimes?
Yes.
Most yes.
I said
It's
yes.
not
Yes.
rival.
I would never, by the way. I would never.
I don't know.
I would never.
I
Because man,
don't.
them chat bro, man.
They
them
do,
around
but
too
you
much. They
still
chat
listen to it
shit.
for some
No, I'm not on that.
reason.
If
I
I
think
choose
it's
a girl to be my
possible.
girl, yeah, I have to go through so many CRB checks, so many.
But how
so
do you
many.
know who's credible and who's not?
No, I'm telling you.
There's a
yeah.
process before
So
you even get to
Before
be a
you get to
boyfriend
be
and
my girl,
girlfriend.
yeah, you've been tried and tested, bro. Like you've held my peas, you've heard my family life stories, you've been out with me with a man them. I need to see how you act. You know what I'm saying? So and it's just like, for example, if Spill told me something about my girl, I'm hearing it because I've known Spill for 20 years, 15 years. So it's not.
There's not going to be no ill
It's not gonna be.
intention
You know, it's
behind
mad.
it.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie.
Not everyone's boy is their
Do you know I
boy.
said that? Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm a guy. I feel like some guys, you can be friends for so much years, but it's like when you get a girlfriend, they can get bitter. Niggas get bitter, you know.
Jealous.
It depends on who it is, though.
I say this as well. I feel like there's someone out there with me that doesn't want me to end up with someone.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of people.
And they're sabotaging me. They're sabotaging me.
It's
So I'm like,
the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. Like, and it really shows people's like witch tendencies. So that even guy that I was speaking about, imagine one time we were out. I didn't even know he was there because I don't know what he looks like. He's come up to me now, to talk to me about the guy I was seeing, saying.
So this is the guy that lied.
Lied in the first
This is
place.
the guy that lied in the first
Cool,
place, and he
yeah.
said to me, your guy was chatting to these girls, but I even told him like he's got a real one, so I told him not even to chat to those girls.
them
Yeah, and I was just like,
man there.
And I said, yeah. And the thing is that I'm not even getting on to my man about the girls he was chatting to. I'm saying, bro, check your boy or be careful around this guy because he's a snake, he's a witch, he's a weirdo.
But
That was the main
why do
takeaway.
you think guys that are, you see friends that you've known for years, do you think they're more, do you think it comes from they like the girl that you're dating or they can't believe you got that girl?
Some people
So
just
now
want
they-
what you have.
So now they're
People want what you have.
now they're bitter to you about that girl.
Some people will want what you have, like you said. Some people want what you have.
They want what they can't
They
get.
want what they can't get. On
That
top
is
of
it.
that,
That's the
one
biggest
up
one,
you.
though.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one.
And it's
People
like,
want
and
what
the
they
thing is
shouldn't
as
or
well,
can't
it's like
have.
that it's not always going to be so obvious because you think, it can never be my guy to be
Because
like that.
I know how girls can be. Because I've been in a relationship and I know when you date a girl and she has a best friend that doesn't like you,
Yeah, it's
it's
peak.
long. Because they
Yeah, it's dark.
they get into their heads, yeah.
they like the
Yeah.
poison, like Like, you know, like the poison, like, is level. But I'm a guy and I'll be like, I've been in a relationship and I have some of my friends that sometimes they say some things and I'll be like, bro, chill. Like, you're moving too much. Like, it's like...
Yeah, but girl best friends and guy best friends are different. Like, guys, like, call best friends, like, loads of their friends. Like, girls, we only probably have, like, a couple close people that we really will trust, like,
Your
to
girls
say
don't
that.
want to see you happy, by the way. Just letting you know. The
I
girls...
don't agree.
No,
Some girls are mean.
Bad for
Yeah,
business.
some girls are mean.
That's bad for... I can't even, like, hey, bro.
Girls don't want to see...
bad.
I think, like, do you think all your friends want to see you happy, like, with guys? And
No, I don't think all of my
core
friends, but my close
that I've grown
friends.
up with,
Yeah, of course.
That see me, like,
Yeah.
from young, growing.
Yeah.
I was down bad looking. They know my journey, my experiences, and they want the best for me. Like, they're genuinely happy with the situation they're at now. They want the same for me. They're happy for me. But any kind of new friends you make in your adolescence, you've known for a short amount of time, you can never be sure of their intentions.
You see me,
I think new friends are the best.
I will only have prosperous friends. And why I'm saying that is, and it's not because I'm stuck up or I think I'm more than what I am. You see me, from what I realized growing up in life, having friends that are struggling constantly, I'm not talking about a season or a patch, because everybody has that. I'm talking about year in, year out, you're struggling, you're in the same position.
Mindset's low, everything's low.
Finances are low. No babe around you. You're gonna, naturally, your tendencies are gonna be salty because you yourself cannot see prosperity. And I'm not on that. Like, I've always said to myself, if my friends are in a position, 3-4 years, same position, I can't roll with you anymore or talk to you because...
You think that?
Really?
I'm not doing it. I'm not
Bro,
talking
you
about
got some of friends like that.
I do not. Name me one on camera. Name one on
I don't want
camera.
to be
Fuck
rude
it.
because I know the same friends with
So let's say hypothetically in the next 2-3 years, you was to get married, God willing, and then you move into a family home with your gentleman. What would your understanding be in terms of the structure of a family home? I'm talking financially, I'm talking about work-wise, because obviously I'm not assuming, it's a fact, you do well for yourself. I don't know your finances, so I would never speak about that, but you look like you do very well for yourself. And I hope that you are prospering financially in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I didn't buy this. That was a joke.
You say what? Someone
Eyes on the prize.
Prizey. Shout out Prizey. Shout out Prizey. We said the watch.
So this is a watch that I believe my dad gave my mum.
Oh, okay.
So that's a sentimental thing. The thing is, and I'm not saying what's a Van Cleef, but I don't see these things as
Let's lie.
No, I'm just saying it's the alcohol is getting to me. I'm just making a couple of jokes. I'm a comedian. I'm lying. I'm joking.
But anyway, so hypothetically speaking, obviously, what would your dynamic look like? What would you prefer for your man? What would you expect, and what would you want to accept as a female as well?
So, I like to make money. Because what I do to make money is something I enjoy. Making people laugh is my income. I like to do this. So I can't say that I want to be a stay-at-home wife all the time. So with that being said, and when it comes to the couples that I admire, like say, for example, an Alicia Keys, a Swiss Beats, I watch them showing everyone their house. And they're people that both do their thing. And, who cares? We're not talking about who's going half on this because we both got it. So that's the kind of relationship I want to model. We don't even have to talk about money because we both have it. So if you pay for this and I pay for that, who's keeping score here? Because, I know some people want to be stay at home and the man is the provider and he takes care of everything, which is great, which is fine. I don't want to stay home and just do that all the time. Maybe when I have children, having a man that is out here doing what he needs to do would allow me time to relax, but I would always have that because myself, I would have saved enough to do what I'm doing. I feel like in a relationship, as long as you make your partner feel like the man he is, respect him, he will also respect you, respect himself, you both love God, you yada yada yada.
I ain't telling myself a Nubian queen, man.
So that's what you got from this?
No, he's chatting shit.
No,
I'm the first Nubian queen to tell on the show. He don't believe that.
I go viral, you know.
I go Arabian Queen still like the energy,
joking.
the Hemah energy is like, I think that's what I'm missing in
You
life.
say you done with the lighties, yeah?
Yeah,
No,
man.
don't do that. Because at the end of the day, it's not a competition.
Exactly.
We're all doing what we need to do in our own
perpetuate
right.
this agenda.
It's true.
It's true.
He's a bad boy.
It's him.
No. But, you
Men.
know, but put it out there though, like it's not a thing, but it's like people even say like, I was watching Loons, a podcast with Loons, and Loons actually says like, he will never not be with a white girl. Like he loves them. He said the way they treat him is just next level. Like,
Do you know what? I've never experienced a white girl in that manner. Obviously, in like the relationship manner. So I would never know how they treat men in it. But I've actually heard though, like as you get older, some black men just love a white
Hemah,
girl.
look
Like
back a
Bunny
little bit.
Boiler kind of vibes.
Head back a little bit.
I've heard in it, but
Bunny Boiler. Like you
Like-
literally would do anything for him.
yeah. And do you know what it is? I don't feel like it's necessarily like a culture thing. I just genuinely think like at the end of the day, some guys look to settle in certain places, whether it be, as I said on the show before, it could be someone that's a baby mum, they got a council house. No disrespect to them. But if that's your way of settling, cool. Do you know what I mean? Everyone looks for whatever they look for when you get older. I think there's a realization like, shit, I need to start looking for something. Do you know what I mean? If you haven't really patterned your life. But as I said, I don't know, I ain't watched that thing with Loons. If white girls are the one, okay. Get me?
Just to touch on that, just to touch on something like that. So I can imagine if that clip of Loon saying that was to be put on social media, a lot of people would be offended.
100.
However, there's also an unrepresented group of people like myself who, because we don't comment, you don't know how much we don't care. You know?
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm part of the people that don't care. If you want to be with whoever you want to be with, go ahead and do that.
100,
Like,
yeah.
people say, you know, as long as you don't down black women, even if you try to down black women, I still look at you like, oh, poor you. Poor you to look at black women like that. Like, because I know who we are. The thing is that I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm
saying in general though, like we love black women.
Who's wait, you
Like,
speaking for you and Loons? Or?
I'm not speaking for Loons, I'm speaking for just.
I mean,
in general.
Loons, from what I know about Loons can find, because I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but I know he's found different races or whatever attractive. But if he wants to settle down with who he wants to settle down with, I'm just representing for the girls who don't care. You know, because at the end of the day, there's enough black men who like black women, who want a black woman. We don't have to. Again, it goes back to how I feel about everything. I don't care. I'll find my husband. I'm good. And if you believe that too,
Prizey's there, you know.
Next year.
Come on.
Pricey.
You might see with an engagement ring.
How much your age? You worry about the price of your engagement ring?
No.
Seriously though.
No, I don't. Again, you see with money and men, sometimes, and I know it's not always the greatest thing, but sometimes I do feel for men that money.
Oh.
Do you know what?
Hey, yo, shout out to Pricey, man.
Listen,
Pricey's got
has the price.
Pricey
has the price. I fucking love Pricey. How about that? That's my nigga now.
You love Pricey.
I'm not saying. First of all,
Whoa, chill.
First of all, I'm not saying that just because every person's gonna feel the same. Yeah, what I will say is just that a man that's able to provide, men like to provide, and I want my man to be able to provide. It makes them feel good. So yeah, and you can, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. I'm just talking about men with money in general, especially in this London, this economy we're looking at. Even as a woman, it's hard to make money. And the prices of everything are sky high. And even if you are a man that has a lot of money, there's often a lot of people who are under you who also need you to take care of them. And we've got a really big habit of, oh, that person's got money, he can pay.
More money, more problems.
Or no, saying like, okay, so this person's got money, or he can pay for this, he can pay for this. Instead of the mentality like, okay, he's got money, he's doing, say for example, he owns a restaurant business. what can we do to make his restaurant business better? That's rarely the thought of many people. It's more like, okay, cool, he's got the money, he can pay for this. And it's not even just with men, even with me, sometimes I won't tell someone how much I made of something because it's like, oh yeah, she's got money, she can pay. I'll use an example when I'm speaking to someone specific.
Again.
Prizzy's calm. Go on.
No, so imagine someone wanted to pay for my ticket to Ghana to help them promote something in Ghana, yeah? But then my cousin's gonna say, no man, she's got money, she can pay. And it really pissed me off because why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why, what did I tell you that made you think that I would rather pretend like I don't have so I could get all the freebies?
No, of course. Yeah.
It's
Don't
true.
think just because I made a little something here, you don't know what I'm paying for. And that's why I see everyone.
More money, you elevate your lifestyle.
Exactly,
You realise that you're making more money, but your lifestyle has also
also up,
increased.
yeah.
So are you really even making
Money.
that much extra expenditure?
Maybe if you are, what's your business?
What's your business?
Leave me
What's your
alone.
business? So yeah, so even going back to the man thing, I don't want you to think that, oh, I think this is what all girls should be like or yada yada yada.
No, they should.
No.
I mean,
Listen, look, everyone, you have the potential to get money. Get it any way you can. God is by your side, wanting you to get money. Believe that, go get it. But I'm just saying that in this economy, I couldn't imagine my worth being attached to how much money I have, and I know that for men, that's the thing. If you ain't got money, like people look at you like you're not even a man really, because you can't provide. The only thing a man is to do is provide. You're useless, you know. So I don't know where that conversation about money even came from. How did we get into that? Oh, because of the ring. It depends on where we are in life.
Now.
Huh?
Right now.
Right. I'm saying say for example, if the man can afford a nice ring for me, fantastic. If you can't, but not even just because you haven't got it, but because you might be, again, say for example you own a restaurant and you're investing somewhere else. I would be upset if you went and got me an expensive ring these times.
Hang on.
Stop.
I know you never did it for that. I know you never did it. I know this is genuine.
No, because people start calling you a pick me for saying these things.
No,
but I'm just
bro.
saying it.
Like you said, you don't care about their comments.
I'm just saying, like, say for example, like I've received flowers, that cost like £250, and it's just like, look, you could have taken me.
Pricey enough, pricey enough.
It's like, babe, you know, you didn't have to do that. Like, not because, and the thing is that if you can, fantastic. But if we're at a point where we're like building or we need to get something, I don't mind me and you just vibing. Like, and that's my kind of favorite dates. Like when we vibe, we play cards, have a drink, laughter. As long as that person's really your friend, you're gonna have a great time regardless of where you are. But I'm just saying that if right now we're not in the greatest of place, do not go and buy anything stupidly expensive.
It's true that your expectations for men are different depending on the level of interest you have in them sometimes.
Right.
Like, so if it's a man I'm really into, I'm happy just being in your
with
presence.
you, you know?
I love being with you in the way that I feel when I'm with you. So you don't even care about all that external stuff. And it's like, at the same time, it's a catch-22 because you would expect that from a man that you're not 100% into, but you expect him to do a bit more for you to develop that level of interest in them because it doesn't come as natural. But then at the same time, you feel like
That's true.
No, wait.
No, I just have to think about it. I just have to think about it.
You are fucking funny.
That natural interest isn't automatically there, that natural spark as we were talking about earlier on. They need to sometimes do a little bit
There needs to be some
extra
effort.
for you to...
For me personally, and I like to highlight for me personally because I don't want people to think that this is how I think all women should be. But say for example, we're going on some first few dates. I want a setting where we can at least get to know each other. You don't need to bring out all the sparks. I need to just get to know you because I didn't even know if I want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Do you like dinner dates for the first date then? Do you like dinner dates or you think it's too intense for the first date?
I don't know, man.
But if you're talking about like getting to know someone, can you get to know someone over a dinner? Can you like?
You can get to know someone over a dinner. Yeah, anyway you can speak and get to know someone. But I would rather. I like a museum. And then I know it's
Okay.
free, but you know, and
You're
again,
an
I'm
No,
not.
activity
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like
Yeah, I'm not
activity
saying
girls.
you're a Misha, yeah. But
Misha.
I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, yeah, it is very refreshing, honestly, like to hear this come from a woman because I feel like I'm a guy that we live in a space or a time when, you know, like, and I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't spend money on girls or we're not willing to or whatever, but I just feel we live in a time where some things are unrealistic, and I think even if you're a guy with money, it just sometimes, I feel like girls just kind of they see so much things and think it should be that, and it's not that. And I feel like, I think that's why dating's so hard now, because how do you meet a girl that's genuinely trying to get to know you as a person? Because I think sometimes you meet a girl and it's more just, oh, we're going to go out for dinner, we're going to go here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. And I feel like, how much of that is really you? Because really and truly, if you do like someone, you strip it all back. Not saying you don't ever go out on dates, but they don't happen every day. You're more just in your house, chilling. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, just to hear like your opinions on how it should be is refreshing, because I feel like too many girls don't think like that. That's the honest truth, they don't.
So I can't speak for every girl, but I know that a great time is appreciated wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a really great time where the guy went and bought a tent for like £20 and we set it up in the garden and we were just watching like Harry Potter and we play a game of cards, like, and then you get me my favourite pina colada drink, and we just have a great time, you know.
That's lit though.
It's very lit. It's very lit and it's very creative.
You might be the black girl from Ghana.
No,
No, guys. Okay.
By the way, you think it's because of you. No, wait, let me lie, because let me say this for the camera, yeah. Before you came on this thing, yeah, before this whole setup on Spill the Juice, me and Spill speak, you know what I'm saying? And we speak about certain things. So me just saying that sentence there, nothing to
Wasn't
do with
okay,
it.
cool. Yeah, no, because you know
You just added some
the
salt and Maggi
stigma
onto it.
that comes with, and I'm just saying that we can also do expensive shit together as well. Yeah, let's fly out. Let's get on a. You know, let's wait, we've got PJ. I mean, I don't really care. Like, let's just get there, innit? Comfortably, if
See,
possible.
she's not even saying first class.
Business.
See, let's just get there.
No, wait.
She's on economy. I love this. I love this.
Look at Amber. First class. Extra leg room.
If you can afford
We're gonna
it,
lie down, darling.
if you can afford it, why not? If you can afford it, why not? But I just don't want people to make
It's a luxury
stupid
Yeah, but I'm not questioning-
stupid
But
decisions
would you question it?
for the show of
This
it.
is what I'm saying though. Be honest.
Go on.
Like, is that something? I feel like this is a different story. I'm being so honest.
Go on.
I think there's certain girls, you could talk to a guy. If he was going on a holiday with him, I think there's certain girls that would ask that question. Are we going to fly first class? And certain girls that wouldn't even care how they're flying, just the fact they're going home with that
If I ask
person.
you that, I'm cancelling tickets, by the way.
Okay.
Because Kemi, would you ask that?
certain guys. There's
No,
certain.
I've never. No, I would never. I've never.
Would you
asked
not
that.
ask that?
You might
But
not
if
want
it's-
to.
I would not ask
listen.
mine.
But if it's like, not from my perspective or opinion, but I know people that have this perspective. It's like if he's always flying business class. And
Yeah,
you
it's
get to an
different.
economy flight,
Then
that's
I'd be
different.
thinking,
and then you might
Yeah.
look at
That's
him
different.
a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You don't value me as much.
why do you
maybe.
think that, though?
No, that's not my
No,
perspective.
but that's what I'm saying. Why would they think
because
that?
if you're with your girl and you've gone on holiday and you can afford to get that and you're willing to put yourself on
I've
that
got to buy 2
flight.
tickets now.
Well, yeah.
And if we
So
get one,
what?
I've got
So
1
you're
ticket.
gonna go in first class and then your girl's gonna
It's
go
nice
in
to
first
treat
class.
a girl
both
nice. Like,
economy,
let's.
innit?
Huh?
No,
I'm
okay.
getting
Some
on the
people
plane.
like
this
I'm
is
getting on
economy
the
at
plane.
This is what I don't want to get. This is what I don't want to get
No, because
twisted.
people
It's
are going to say,
not
have you
now.
ever had a
I
business
know,
class
yes.
flight?
It's not now. Be cheap all the time or treat your girl like this. Like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm always down for spending within your means.
Yeah.
So if you have the money to, we're doing it.
Let's
Because
also
right?
economy.
Because some guys like to
You
do
don't
that.
live. You don't live
Yeah.
long. Enjoy life.
Yeah, and
if
some
you
guys-
got it, do it.
There's no
Yeah.
economy shame here. Like, you're on that flight, you're getting to your destination, you're going to have a
I'm
amazing
fine
time.
with
Because you
economy.
even see with,
I'll
like,
be honest,
high
my snooze
profile
on.
It depends on how far we're going.
Oh, so it's all coming out now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Reverse.
true.
Yeah. If we're going on a long
Like a
flight,
Bali.
if we're going on a long
What about
17-hour,
premium economy?
19-hour
Yeah,
flight,
it's gotta
I
be.
don't,
It's gotta be first class.
and you have the means to.
In my
Yeah.
question though, cool.
See, I'm easy.
Say now, would you ever upgrade yourself though?
And just leave him there.
Yeah. Say for instance now, it's a nice thing, you've got the money. Like let's say Hemah's Hemah. We don't know what you got in your account, but you're good.
Yeah.
You're you're dating someone, they're saying, "Our babes, we're gonna go away." They booked your flat for you and them. You're going to a 70-hour flat. He's doing it in his means. You know, to spend the extra £400, that's like to you. And you're thinking, brother, would you upgrade yourself?
Yeah, upgrade both.
So I would upgrade. I personally would upgrade both. However, again, I'm not trying to promote this as this is what women should be doing, because if you don't want to pay for no one for nothing, that's fine. But I'm just saying, if he's paid for the tickets, he's paid for everything else, and I've got the money to upgrade us, like, come babe, let's go do it. I'll do it. Me personally.
If I got upgraded me though, yeah, I'd feel a bit. I would love it because the gesture is so fucking amazing.
If it's your girl, you wouldn't think of it.
I feel like, I would.
If it's your girl.
She's bringing you, like, little man in you, kind of.
No, not even, you know what it is? Most men would feel like it's a small boy thing.
Yeah.
However, if it's your actual girl,
yeah, if
you would love it. You think, fucking hell, wow.
If it's your girl, I feel like if you're just dating, then you're
dating's techie.
I'm talking about my man.
If it's your girl, and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna upgrade us. I think
I'll be like, yeah, cool.
I'll be like, you sure? Like, I don't. Well, maybe I didn't. No, actually, I don't know. That is a bit mad still.
No, it will be an ego trip. However, it's one of them things that are like, cool, babe, like, because I know out there I'm patterning us, like, as in, bro, the villa's mad or the hotel's mad. We're gonna do hella excursions. You know what I mean? I know. Don't worry. In 2 days' time, you're gonna see what I'm on, kind of thing. But it depends what you're like, innit? Some people just don't like the fuss of business class or first class. People just don't like the fuss. Some people don't mind just sitting in the
Because I don't want to act like luxury isn't nice. Yeah, like when I get gifted some nice gifts, I love the gift.
Yeah, of course.
Don't get it twisted and think, oh, I don't like a nice gift. I do.
I think every girl does, though, to be fair. You'd be dumb not to like it.
Because we were talking about the quality of things earlier. You know, some expensive things, it just has better quality, the shape of it, the size of it, the durability. I love it.
But wait, do you not think that's... By the way, if my girl went out...
If I girl might be...
And she could pattern a guy for a drink. I'm not saying, hey, babe, can I get you a drink? So I keep hitting you. But, like, if a guy says to my girl, yeah... Yo, babe, like, you look pretty. Can I get a drink? My girl should say yes.
Shall I be honest with you?
What? You're going to tell my man.
You should be giving me my money.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to rely on
Even Nubian Queen's not agreeing with this one.
Let me land.
I haven't landed.
Let me land. So what I'm saying is, listen, anytime I'm in a relationship, yeah, my money is always with my girl, yeah? Like, so she would go out, my girl would actually go out with my money, yeah? So let's say she's going out and she had my card and she has my cash. She's going to spend it regardless. But if a guy says, oh, hey, baby, you look pretty, can I get you a drink? Yeah, cool.
No, you're sending the wrong impression.
No, let me land.
Let
when you get that drink, if you now say, hey, like, I want to talk to you, can I get your number? No, sorry, I got a boyfriend. You didn't ask me that before. I'm not finessing you. You offered me a drink. I said, yes. Like, that's it. She knows she can pay for it herself. So it's not
but it's the perception that guys then get.
And then hold on, but this is the same type of brother. When now that gets back to him, yeah, hey, man, see that girl up, man, bought her a drink.
Right. That's nothing. Yeah, I would hope that the man would know his girl enough. And that's the thing, with a difference between me and guys sometimes, how if there's a girl that's a certain pattern for a certain thing, I'm like, hey, have your pattern. Like, if she's doing something that benefits us,
okay,
have the pattern.
I guess I've just dated toxic masculinity.
So if your guy can pattern for a girl and you know that girl likes him, you would say, right, pattern it up.
Thing is, I've come to learn that sometimes guys can't control their urges and they've now fallen for something. But if you can control yourself and it's a serious pattern that works out for both of us, I'm like, hey.
What if it just works out for them?
What's up for who? What? My man? My man is us.
Okay. Yeah.
Say for example, especially for something I won't do. Like back in the day when I used to date guys that were like a bit like scary. Like I ain't holding nothing for you. If that girl's holding something for you, hey, pattern.
No, and this is what I like, yeah. You gotta understand, yeah. I don't think men or women in this generation should date if you have insecurities about who you're with or yourself. No, bro, I think you create your own insecurities. Like, why if my girl is getting a free drink, I'm gonna
every man's got insecurities.
Nah, not me. I would
look at my man a certain way if he allowed me to do that.
And that's the thing.
Allowed you to get a drink.
Yeah, from another man.
And that's why
I just wouldn't respect him. Personally.
Why?
I wouldn't respect
so hold on,
him.
Hemah, if you went out and Mr. Price said, "Bro, you can pattern drinks." If he was out, Mr. Price said, "If you was out right now and you was at a bar and some guy offers you a drink, would you take that drink knowing you don't know the guy? Do you think Mr. Price will have an issue with that?
No, he'll definitely have an issue with that. But I'm just saying, now let's make it different.
Right.
Say it's his event now, and he's got a bar spend. Let me pattern for you. I'll get drinks like everyone. Pattern and the bar spend. And then we spun each other like, yeah, we did what we needed to do.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That sometimes I feel like you need to have the bigger picture in mind.
It depends
Not
on
all
the
the
My
time.
big picture is that we're saving money from you getting that nigga's drink.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
'Cause
like
you have my piece in your pocket, rather than pull out a 20 and pay for a drink, if that guy's saying, let me run you a drink, run it. Like that's my thing. If you want to save man's cash, yeah, knowing what we do together, knowing that we pay rent, knowing that, or I pay rent, knowing that we could go out and do. Like, so holding the
I'll
in
be
your
real.
pocket and just get
If
invited.
that's my
Come on.
fiance.
I don't
Any guy I make
give
my
shit,
fiance, I got to be at, because if you're my fiance, I got to be at a financially placed for you to be my fiance. And if the girl's my fiance, not how I am, you're walking around with my card everywhere. There should be no reasoning. If a guy...
That's insecurity, bro. I'll be real with you. That's insecurity.
No,
That's
I disagree.
That's insecurity, bro.
No, the thing is, also, see, with your point, yeah, I don't want the girl to be enabling you to stay in a place where you can't do what Spiller's saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because say, for example, like, when it comes to feeling, you see how I'm saying that sometimes I feel for certain guys when they, because money, I don't like to give too much sympathy because I don't want you to now think that, oh,
It's
yeah,
okay to be a bum,
it's okay
yeah.
to, No,
What I'm saying I'm saying
so
me.
that you don't get used to
I get
your
your-
girl going out.
get
and
your
Getting a drink from a man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
mad.
Hold on. No, there's no next segment. We're not moving on. You guys know me, yeah? You know me.
Listen, your boy.
If I go out with my girl, she will always have man's cash on
You're
her card.
prostituting your girlfriend. Prostituting your girl.
You gotta sit. You gotta sit.
For you to save money. You're prostituting
Demi,
her
Are you sure you're not Ghanaian?
Demi.
Are you sure you're not Ghanaian?
Really go against each other.
He said he's giving Ghanaian vibes.
No, that sounds like a very... Let me not
Anyway, everyone in the world that knows me, you know how I am, yeah? I'm good, yeah? And my girl will always be good. But what I'm saying to you, if my girl's going out, I'm not saying go and look for a drink. I'm saying if a guy comes to you and offers it, and you say yes, I'm not offended by that.
Yeah, it's
because
still mad.
I'm
that's
glad you're
opinion.
not. However, it does make me like
Question.
Question.
just a little bit, just a little bit. It's just like don't get too comfortable with that.
I hate you.
Just don't get too comfortable. with that.
I'm alright, bro.
Don't get too comfortable with that.
Listen,
anyway.
please. I just want to be in a scenario where your girl gets offered a drink, and I want to see that.
100%.
play
Right.
out,
And then
please.
when he says to her,
You'll be like, can you get me a drink
let me get your snap, let me get your number.
I want a drink too.
I would throw cash in that room. Crazy. You might not listen to my thing. You know I'm good for it. Yeah, let's not play them games.
No, I told you, man. Hey, Abba, I like. He's just sus, man. He's sus.
You are little. Just a little
bit
bit.
sus.
Just a little bit.
Don't joke.
Look at you rubbing your eyebrow.
My eyebrows are good, though. Come on, man.
Maybe that big nasty now.
All right, you mentioned him twice today, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So, Hemah, what you got coming up, man?
What do I have coming up? Well, obviously, I'm always gonna just continue making people laugh, and that is just that's just my vibe. If you want to laugh, if you want to have a good time, you come here. That's all I'm giving you guys. So yeah.
And then, in terms of any more movies, we know you've done the Nines one. Congratulations about
Thank
that.
you,
Like,
thank
well
you,
done.
thank
Well done.
Thanks for the premiere.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I saw you. It was really amazing.
Well done. So,
You're
like,
gonna get something, you're gonna get something. Carry on, sorry.
Just stop.
I'm actually, I was about to say that. I'm actually in a theatre play. For the
okay.
fact, so that's my first time on stage. The theatre play is called Time Flies.
Okay.
And it's a great like throwback for people. You know, we was playing some great music before we started this, so I think you guys would all enjoy it.
When is
Okay.
that? Sorry.
So, see, I've been drinking a bit much, so excuse me, but
No.
I'll put it in the comments
Okay.
after. Yeah, but I'm in a play.
And,
Okay.
and that's coming up soon.
That is coming up in March.
So, do you
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like the acting is something you're taking 100% seriously? Like,
Yeah.
you want to do, like, what's your dream goal in terms of acting?
So my dream goal, I'm not someone that thinks so far ahead. I've kind of just planned out this year. So what I'm trying to do is I'm definitely trying to act more. But my thing is I don't see myself doing anything so big right now because what I want to do is I want to develop
up.
my acting skills so that when it's time for me to do something bigger, I'm prepared. Like this is the preparation year type vibe for me personally.
Yeah. I can't wait till that comes out. I'm gonna watch it.
Thank you.
Nah, man.
I've never been fitter, by the way. So.
Yeah, no. This will be you'll come to this one. You'll enjoy it.
Definitely. My birthday's in March, innit? So I'll be
When's your birthday?
28th.
I think it might be on the 28th of March.
Oh, man.
I'm not lying. Something's on the 28th of March.
So when you do actually get into that scene, like you're in Hollywood now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What genre are you going for? Are you sticking with the comedy route? Or
What
else do you want to venture out to?
You know?
Fighting.
Yeah, just...
I mean, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, like I said, I haven't actually thought that far ahead, but I do know that I love cartoons.
Okay.
So maybe like voiceovers.
So you're for
I would definitely like to create my own cartoon one day.
Okay.
You're lucky we didn't.
But again, the process. I'm just starting off like, you know.
Yeah.
I can see the voice.
No, not really. I like rude adult cartoons.
Oh, like what's it?
Like,
Boondocks.
Like
Sausage
Boondocks.
Party.
Boondocks.
I haven't watched Sausage Party, but I've watched like Rick
That's
and
funny.
Morty, Big
Yeah.
Mouth, South Park.
Yeah.
That's my vibe. Yeah.
And if you could say something to, like, you know, you probably got a lot of people watching you, young girls, especially for like females that want to get into content creation.
Mm-hmm.
You started presenting, radio, acting. What would you say to them? Like, what would one gem you could drop to them?
I think the most important thing is to be okay with looking silly or not having things perfect in the like then and there. Yeah. It's really a process, and I was watching this video of Beyonce practicing her dances before she's gone on stage, and she looks a bit silly trying to learn it. But by the time you get there, because you've been working so hard, because you've done this time and time again, now you look like a professional, and people are like, wow, she does this so well. But no, when there's not so many people looking, it's great time to practice and be okay with looking at yourself looking silly. People are even afraid to look silly in their bedrooms alone. You know, that can't be the case if you really want to be out there, being different, being dynamic, and so be okay with being silly is what I would say.
I've got one more question before we wrap up here. Who in the industry that you've worked with so far, whether it be acting, whether it be presenting, whether it be even podcasts, who would you say has been your most inspiring person to work with, like influencing wise?
So I think this is going to be a question that requires a lot of thought, but just from the top of my head, Rashid from Link Up TV and the whole Link Up family, they bring out the best in me. They are like they're so genuine. Everything's from the heart. They will really look after you beyond working with them. Okay. So I was really blessed to be able to work with family because they filmed a lot of my. I did a mini series. They filmed season 1, and it was the most like easy, fun thing to do. Yeah, big up Rashid and the whole Link Up TV family.
Big up Rashid.
And thank you guys for having me.
You know, any girls? One more question? Any questions for you?
No, I think
good. Well, before we do go, I want to just give you your flowers, man. I think it's always important, man. Like I said at the start, I feel like you're exceptional in what you do. And I feel like what you represent for our culture, like even the words you've said today, I feel like it's taught me so much, you know what I'm saying? And I think it will teach a lot of people so much on how to love themselves, be themselves, go through this, I don't even have to be in the industry, but in this world, just being who you are and not focusing too much on anything else going on outside. Just literally just open your mind up and know that you're you and you're great regardless of anything. So I think you've done amazing things so far on your journey. You're going to go into an amazing one. I just pray that this year you have a great year. And yeah, man, thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
I want to say to the camera that, by the way, we started off this whole session with a prayer. I don't know if that is going to be captured, but I think that's such a great thing that you guys do. And I think that putting God at the beginning of a lot of things will help you on your journey, you know? So thank you for doing that. I've never experienced that before, so that was great.
Shout out to the team, man.
That was team.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We've really loved having you, and it was really nice being able to talk about all the things that we've covered, and I think we all kind of have come together and spoken about things that I think people will definitely be interested to hear about. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Bye.